Hey, this is Kevin. So today I will be sharing my portfolio update for the past week and talk about why OXY stock price can be good for us as an investor, and also talk about how to overcome our fear to buy in more OXY when the stock price drops dramatically. So let's start off with taking a look at my portfolio for the past week.
Three things has changed in my portfolio for the past week. The first is the gain that I have here. It has gone up for about like 7,000 from 103,000 to 110. So what has contributed to this 7,000 gain? Of course, it's my favorite stock here, Oxy. And then my second favorite stock here, ET. So Oxy has gone up for about like 4,000 in total value from 102 to 106,000 at this point. And ET was kind of like a surprising bonus to me. It went up from $1,000 gain to $3,000 gain, which make the total gain of this week to be 7,000. The second thing is I have actually bought more Oxy. I have made three separate acquisitions for a total of 1,900 shares. So like first 500 share at 24.03, second purchase 500 share at 23.17, and the last one is 900 share at 25.05. And the third thing is, as you can see here, I have also added $20,000 additional in funding. And where did I get this cash from? I got this cash from selling my Amazon stock, which I got from work. And my plan is to buy Oxy with this cash because I think right now the potential growth for Oxy it's bigger than Amazon in this coming 1 or 2 years. So as a result, I think it's a wiser decision to put more money into Oxy instead of like keeping it in Amazon. So that's the update for my portfolio this week. Let's get back into talking why Oxy price drop can benefit you.
Now let's talk about our favorite topic of the day, which is why when Oxy stock price drop can help us as an investor. Currently, Oxy is trading at $24.68 per share. Even with this current price, I strongly believe that Oxy is vastly undervalued. So now basically from this point on, the more it drops, I feel like it is the better of a deal you get by buying more if you have additional capitals. Just like you saw in my portfolio update section, I bought 500 shares for like $23.17 this past week. That day, Oxy actually dropped by like 5.5%. With that being said, it's a very hard thing to do to buy more shares when a stock price drops dramatically. So I will be sharing more tips on how to encourage yourself to buy more shares during big drops. So normally during situations like this, the media is always spreading tons of negative information, telling you stuff like the sky's falling down, there's zombies coming tomorrow, the world is gonna end soon, stuff like this. So as a human being, we do get impacted negatively when we hear so many negative information, no matter how prepared you are, and it will actually generate a lot of fear in the society. So during times like this, the more you understand about the fundamental of the business of the stock you own, the less impact of the negative information will have on you. As human beings, usually when we fear something, there's a high possibility that it's because of uncertainty. So from the perspective of stock investment, it simply means that you don't understand the business more like enough. So when you don't understand the business enough, doubts will start to circulate in your mind. You start to think like, oh, what happens if I lose this money? What happens if the business goes bankrupt? This and that, and it will lead you to make awful decisions in your life. So it is very important to understand the fundamentals of the business before you actually buy the stocks. So when the negative news come, it will not impact you easily. what do I mean by the fundamental of the business? Simply, one, how does the business operate? What are the key metrics that can boost the income and the profit? Second, is it what is the risk of the business going into bankruptcy? If you have good answer to these questions for the stock you own, you will feel a lot more comfortable of the and buy more shares when the stock price drop. So let's talk about Oxy in this case. So how does Oxy operate, and what are the key metrics that can impact Oxy's income and profit? If you're watching this video, chances are like you're really familiar with Oxy. But anyway, for those who isn't, Oxy is simply an oil producer. They just pump oil and sell it. It's a simple business. It's not that complex. They just pump oil and sell it. So based on their business model, the key metrics from my perspective currently are the WTI crude oil price, how many barrels per oil they generate per day, and what is the oil consumption worldwide. So with these three key metrics, I know that like WTI crude oil price has been above 60 for a while now, so it's relatively healthy. And from Oxy's perspective, their average cost per barrel, it's usually around like high 30s. Let's give like 38 for example. So if WTI is selling at like 60, then they're basically getting like $22 in profit per barrel. And so secondly, like the amount of barrels they produce per day has been consistent, or perhaps it could be slightly more for like the when you compare to like the past 3 months. And when you look at the EIA for the oil consumption worldwide, when you look at the EIA data, it is actually growing gradually in 2021 as the economy started to open up. So the second question, what is the risk of Oxy going to bankrupt? It is very low from my perspective based on the amount of debt that they owe and the profit that they will be getting based on the current oil price. After answering these two questions about Oxy, I feel very comfortable to buy more Oxy when the price drops. Like since with that being said, I'm kind of like happy and sad at the same time when it dropped dramatically, because I do have like capital on the side that I could buy more. But it's just a very human thing. When you see like your stock drop, it just feels bad. So this is all I have for today. This is Kevin. I hope this video is very helpful for you. If you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe with the subscribe button below so you don't miss my future videos. Thank you. Have a good day.